and they could come back. It depends on the guy and it depends on your relationship with them. They could come back after a day, they could come back after a week, a couple weeks, couple months, even after a year, they can come back. So it's up to you to decide how you want to deal with it when they do come back. And generally, most of the time they come back. If they don't come back, it really depends on why you broke up or what the situation was, how bad it was. If it was really bad, um, they may not come back. But in most cases, they come back. And the reason that they come back is because of their ego. Because they want to know that you miss them and that they still have it and they still know that you're around. Now, a lot of women think that, okay, men come back because, oh, he's in love with me. He realized, what he lost. No, that's not always the case. A lot of times they come back is because they're talking to somebody else. In a lot of cases, these guys, they have a few women that they're juggling. And especially today with social media, they have so many options. So they're gonna try their other options, and if they, get tired of the other options, or things go bad with the other options, or sometimes they're bored with the other women that they're talking to, then they come back to you. All right, and it's up to you to decide. Okay, what am I gonna do here? Do I want to deal with this person again? All right. So you have to set the boundaries. If you let them come back very easily, it's going to go back to the way it was. So if you decide that you want to try to make it work with that person, you have to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries, and you have to make sure that that person is going to work towards those boundaries. I will tell you though, in a lot of cases, same guy, same results, all right? And in a lot of cases, if it didn't work out, there was a reason it didn't work out, and you have to keep that in mind. When you go back to somebody, that's why they always say, should I go back to my ex? You got to remember, your ex is your ex for a reason, all right? Remember that. It really depends on why you broke up, what the circumstances were, how bad it was, did somebody cheat, situations like that. Sometimes people break up, okay, and a lot of times women feel like, oh, he came back because he realized he really loved me and everything like that. That's not always the case. It really depends. Like if you broke up and let's say you wanted a commitment from that person, so you broke up, and then maybe he realized he didn't want to lose you, and he came back and he was serious about being with you because he didn't want to see you with other guys. That may be a reason, but he's got to show you that he is sincere. That's why you have to set up those boundaries. If you make it too easy, people take advantage of you, all right? They have to realize that you're a high quality woman, and that, just because they say something, they have to prove it. So you want to be sure that you make them prove to you that they're sincere. And don't make it so easy when they come back and be like open arms, like, oh, I can't believe you're back and everything. You have to stand your ground. You really do. All right. And you have to understand, in a lot of cases, and especially if you're dealing with a player, players always come back. They always do. They want that ego boost of knowing that, oh, I still got it. She's still sweating me. She still cares. You know, they just want that notch in their belt, knowing that, what, you're still around. You're still around. So it's up to you, to realize that if this person is not showing sincerity, the only way you're going to let them know that you're true is you have to be ready to walk away and mean it, and mean it. If you break up with somebody, you can't be so readily available to just open the door and let them come back in. And you can't sit there and have conversation with these people or these guys when you're broken up, because he's going to say she's still around. He's not going to take you seriously. He's going to string you along and string you along. Why are you giving that person the benefit of talking to you when that person is not, you know, valuing you as a partner. All right. You should not lower your standards. And he should realize, they got to feel the loss in order to really realize that they want you in some cases. So keep that in mind and understand that men come back because they want to know that you're still there. Okay. And especially if you were the one that had less power in the relationship, they want to know that they still have the power in relationships, because relationships in a lot of ways are all about power. Usually one person has more power than the other person. The person who cares less, okay, is the person who has more power, because they're the person that could walk away and say, you know what, I don't need you. I don't need you. I could walk away. So you have to you can't wear your heart on a sleeve. You have to, you have to go in as much as they go into the relationship. You show them just as much as they show you. Not too much more, not too much less, all right? And a lot of women, what they do is they put all their eggs in one basket. They go by what they hear from these guys, because these guys know how to fool women and tell women everything they want to hear for some kind of benefit. That's what, all about love bombing and stuff like that. So they'll tell you whatever you want to hear to either get something from you. It could be sex, it could be money, it could be ego, just knowing that you're around, okay? And may not, give you anything more, may not give you a commitment. So don't give your time to people that are just stringing you along or breadcrumbing you, all right? And a lot of times these guys, that's what they do. They breadcrumb women, then you either don't want to deal with them, or they ghost on you, and then they come back. Now, you got to remember, if they did it to you once and you take them back, and you just take them back very easily, they're going to do it again, all right? They're going to do it again unless you stand your ground and let them know that, you know what? You're not somebody to be played with, all right? You're not going to tolerate being treated like whenever they feel like seeing you, or, or maybe you're looking for something serious and they're not. You have to let them know. And if they're okay with letting you go, then they really didn't care about having something serious with you. They really weren't vested into the relationship with you. And a lot of them will tell you, oh yeah, I'm so into you and this and that. But then when, push comes to shove, when it's time for either a commitment or to make you a priority, and see you every day, not necessarily see you every day, but to make you a priority, okay? You should be a priority in somebody's life if they, care about you and they're trying to tell you that they really want to be in a relationship. If they're not making you a priority, then you're not a priority. How much somebody shows you how much they care. Are they getting on the phone with you? Are they talking to you on a regular basis? These are all important factors, showing you if somebody really likes you. Are they asking you questions about yourself? Getting to know you as a person, not just, oh, how's the weather today? Or, talking about themselves the whole time. Because a lot of them do that too. They talk about themselves the whole time. So you want somebody that really is sincere. And the only way you're going to know that if they put their time, their energy, and they're willing to do other things with you outside the bedroom, okay? So yeah, a lot of times they come back, and it really depends on the situation or the relationship that you had with them. If you had a sexual relationship with them, they may be coming back because they want to, they may tell you whatever, love bomb you when they come back, and then you'll see that it goes back to the same old, routine. Don't give the benefits out, okay, until they're earning them. They have to earn the benefits of you, your time, your energy, whether they're having any kind of sexual relationship with you. Value yourself and don't give it away so easily. because they value things that they work for. That's what you have to remember. They value things that they work for. So, when things come easily, it's not as valued to somebody, all right? Like water comes very easily, so we don't value it as much as something that's rare in our lives. Like diamonds are rare, we value them. But just using that as an example, but don't always think that because somebody came back that, oh, he missed me, he was so in love with me, because you don't know what else is going on in their life. They could have came back because the girl that they were talking to, they had a fight with her, okay? And now they're going to contact you, okay? And then if things don't work out with you, they'll contact somebody else. So never ever believe anything you hear until they've proven it to you, all right? Because they have a lot of them have a habit of trying to fool you to try to win you back for whatever benefit they could get from you. So don't ever forget that. And remember that, you have to ask yourself, do you want this person back? And in most cases, they are who they are. Very rare instances are they like a changed person and they've come to this realization like you're the one and they got to have you. All right. Very rarely, unless you were in a situation where you were going out with that person a long time, maybe, and you wanted a commitment and you broke up and, he didn't want you to date other people, then he may come back and make a formal commitment with you because he didn't want to lose you. That may be one, scenario where somebody may be sincere in coming back. But in most cases, if you're just in the dating world and you're dating people and they ghost on you and they come back, it's, if you take them back easy, it's going to be the same thing over. Same guy, same results. Remember that. And, if women are doing that, same thing. Same woman, same results. Somebody's basic character is somebody's basic character. So, you have to evaluate it if this is somebody that's worth taking back. Okay? I hope you guys like what I had to say. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Please listen to my podcast at Dating Advice by Yaz. It's on Apple Podcasts. The link is in the description. And have a great day.